This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It is Saturday, August the 8th, 2026. Grab your coffee, let's get into it.
Let's start with the gist view. When you block a country's bank accounts, what happens?
They don't just stop trading, they build a back door.
Exactly. And right now, Russia's hottest startup is a massive backdoor. It is called A7. It is a state-backed financial tech company.
Think of it like a shadow version of PayPal, but for international trade, and it is booming. The Wall Street Journal reports A7 is processing over $100 billion a year.
That is a staggering number. A7 handles nearly 20% of all of Russia's foreign payments, and it didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Compare that to 2012. The United States cut Iran off from SWIFT. SWIFT is the global messaging system banks use to move money. After that, Iran spent years rigging together clunky barter systems.
Russia didn't wait. They built a high-tech alternative fast. The incentive is simple survival. Exporters are desperate. They need a way around frozen banking channels.
So, who actually benefits here? The Russian state. They took smuggling and turned it into a formal state-run business. The state collects the fees. The state controls the flow.
But there is a massive catch. Putting 20% of your trade through one startup creates a huge target. It becomes a single point of failure. If A7 goes down, the shadow economy crashes right along with it.
Right. The rapid growth of A7 shows desperation. It does not prove this is a superior system. High transaction costs are eating into Russian profits. But for now, the money keeps flowing.
Let's pivot to the global overview. Looking at the United States economy, the post-pandemic hiring boom is officially over.
The Wall Street Journal just confirmed a deep freeze in the labour market. We saw an outright loss of jobs in July. The annual average is just 34,000 new jobs. That is incredibly low.
We call this a low-hire, low-fire market.
What does that mean in plain English? It means employers are spooked by costs, but they aren't doing mass layoffs. They just aren't hiring. Right, they freeze headcount. It is like putting a cork in a bottle. Nobody leaves, but nobody gets in. It saves companies money in the short term, but it makes finding a new job really tough for anyone entering the market. Speaking of money moving quietly, let's look at the tech world. Bloomberg is reporting on a hedge fund called Situational Awareness.
This fund recently faced a near collapse, but just days before hitting the wall, they moved a mystery $400 million.
Where did it go? To a chip manufacturing startup called Source Foundry.
A $400 million lifeline right before the fund itself almost went under. We are watching the resource flows on this one closely. Somebody wanted that chipmaker funded no matter what.
Over in Europe, the focus is on borders and algorithms.
We have been tracking the crisis at Ceuta. That is a Spanish autonomous city located right on the border with Morocco. Morocco has been using migrants to pressure the border.
Now, the European Union is stepping in, but they aren't sending troops, they are sending legal demands.
Le Monde reports the European Union Commission is demanding Meta and TikTok control the narrative. Henna Virkkunen is the official overseeing European Union tech policy. She says platforms must act decisively to preserve the digital space. Think about the power shift here. The European Union is outsourcing crisis management to tech companies. They are asking algorithms to define the facts on the ground. Why? Because state-sponsored disinformation can cause real violence. Platforms have the tools to stop it fast.
But it shifts the burden. Governments are now relying on private tech to put out geopolitical fires.
Moving to Germany, the logistics sector is hitting a literal dry spell. Record low water levels on the Rhine River are making it incredibly difficult to move cargo by boat.
The Rhine is a massive highway for European trade. Without it, supply chains choke.
According to the broadcaster ZDF, the crisis is so bad that 4 German states just suspended their Sunday truck driving bans.
Usually, trucks aren't allowed on German roads on Sundays to keep traffic and noise down. But desperation changes the rules. They need the trucks to bypass the empty river.
Let's finish with France. The Centre for Economic Policy Research, or CEPR, looked at worker data from 1984 to 2021. They found the middle class is hollowing out.
Economists call it job polarization. But the reason why is fascinating. It is not because robots or artificial intelligence are firing middle-skill workers.
Exactly. Companies aren't firing people. They just stopped hiring for those roles entirely. If someone retires or leaves, the company just doesn't replace them.
Again, it is that low-hire environment. The real economic damage isn't a sudden layoff. It is a permanently closed door for new workers.
That brings us to today's temperature check. Globally, we are seeing a massive drive toward parallel systems, whether it's Russia building a shadow payment network to dodge sanctions, German trucks bypassing empty rivers, or companies freezing hiring to bypass costs. The common thread is adaptation. When the main road is blocked, power and money will always pave a new one, even if it creates entirely new risks.
Spot on. If you enjoy making sense of these massive shifts with us, you should definitely get the gist in your inbox. It's our daily newsletter, it's completely free, and it keeps you ahead of the curve.
Just tap the subscribe link in the show notes. No hard sell, no spam. Just the smartest news digest you'll read all day. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.